What's up guys, Mike here from Swood and in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys at home everything you need to know about winning the touchdown 2v2 draft challenge. Now this challenge is absolute madness, and I want you guys at home to get that clean 9-0 run through it. And well, I'm going to give you guys some tips to make that happen. So I'm just going to, jump into this gameplay real quick, explain some of the draft picks we made, then talk about some solid tips and counters for the challenge, what you should be aiming to do, hopefully to, aid you in your own journey. And then go into a live gameplay, because I'm 8-0 right now, live. All those games are done with Swood, but in the spirit of adventure, I decided, hey, let's do one random. Let's do it wild. Let's pretend I don't have a partner. Let's just go into the Wild West, make it happen, guns blazing, and win the challenge live for you guys. So that's what's happening. Let me explain some of the deck choices real quick. Dark Goblin over Archers. Longer range is always better in this challenge. Goblin Gang over Skarmy. Once again, Goblin Gang is just a stronger card. Army can be taken out by way more troops. Lava Hound over Balloon. Lava Hound's just better. Tombstone over Cannon. Same thing. I'll explain Swood's choices eventually at some point. Maybe I won't. Who knows? So this is actually going to be one of the shorter videos we make, because I'm just doing one replay, talking over some tips, and then going to a live gameplay. So let me know if you enjoy the shorter videos or not. But anyway, let's get into this. So first things first, you're going to notice that Swood and I play cards 5 tiles from the edges, I guess, at the same time. So the theory behind this is the cards can basically see the whole map and the radius, and if they can't see some stuff in the middle, which is an uncommon place for your opponent to play cards, then you can usually use some kind of troop or some kind of spell to kite the troops into that area so that your troops can still get value. The next thing you're going to notice is tanks. Whenever we play tanks in this deck, we always want to play them at the river. Well, I guess not the river, but at the line. And just play them up as high as possible, all the way onto one of the corners. This helps you so that it won't be pulled as far or as effectively by other buildings. If they mess up the tile placement even slightly, which is very common for a challenge, most people have 0 practice, and you can usually steal quite a few games by a misplaced building. So stuff like that is really important to take to heart. Next things next, let's talk about some of the more broken cards in this challenge. So for starters, always take a spell that isn't Rocket. The reason for this, unless you know your opponent's very talented, is Rocket has one of the highest skill caps in the game for spells just in general. Giving that to your opponent generally means that they're going to either A, not use the card, or B, use it very ineffectively and potentially mess up the card, which would be option 3. And that's even better than the other two, because they'll waste 6 elixir and get minimal value or no value out of it at all. You'll have no idea how many times you take it happens. I really enjoy the card Rocket, but every time I see it, I take whatever the other spell is, no matter what. It's just solid theory, and more often than not, it works out in my favor. Next things next, Flying Machine, Cannon Cart, Night Witch. Those are the cards you really want to look out for. They're absolutely unreal in this challenge as far as support troops, and then obviously Battle Ram is really strong, Golem is really strong, Lava Hound is really strong, low-key burp there, don't worry about it. Skeleton Barrel is also surprisingly good in this challenge. You can use it to tank out some troops, and when it dies, gets the death damage, and then the Skarmy that it spawns is very effective. I'm just burping like crazy today, guys. I don't know what it is. Excuse me, I guess. I don't know. So Swood and I made the interesting decision here to lightning at the very end of that game, but it's okay because we cycled back to it and got that lightning. I haven't actually been paying too much attention to the commentary, but I do believe we actually get kind of screwed right here. I think that balloon actually manages to make it. We didn't think it would, so we kind of under defended it, and the 1 health balloon gets through with a touchdown. That's what made this game a little too close for comfort, but that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to talk to you guys about this commentary. You'll get to see that live. What I'm here to tell you guys about is some tips and tricks. So the reason Flying Machine is so good in this challenge is they have to address it with spells pretty consistently. There aren't too many troops that effectively deal with Flying Machine, and that's just one of the reasons it's so strong in this challenge. There aren't towers. That's something you have to really internalize. There are not towers. So you can't just fireball something and with the silver health just let it fade away into nothing. That's not going to happen. Every single time you do something like that, it's going to get value. 1 health troops are very scary in this challenge, and something you really need to watch out for. Next step. Let's think here. Defense first. Defense is absolutely necessary in this challenge. You can't go offensively right off the bat, or you're going to get punished really, really hard. They're just going to play good defense and do a really nasty counter push, and that's how you want to play this. You just want to play it slow, breathe, be patient, and, well, get the dub, kind of like we did right here. So, without further ado, let's hop into this live gameplay for you guys. Get hyped. Alright guys, we're back. Had some technical difficulties. Apparently my computer really enjoys the act of skydiving. We don't worry about stuff like that though out here. Let's jump in to this 8-0 gameplay live for you guys. See if we can get the 9-win nice and clean with a random player. Who knows, maybe you guys subscribe to us and we'll enjoy the game. We're playing against Miaso House from Nueva España and Troll King, so that's how you know this game's going to be legit. I'm playing with my teammate Viking. He seems to know what he's doing to some extent. Going after Freeze over Clone's okay, taking Tombstone is fine. Electro Wizard, I would have taken the Spear Goblins, and Bats are better than Minions just because they're a cheaper card. I'm going to go ahead and take the defensive cards. So when you're playing with strangers, you want to be as defensive as possible, because you can control yourself, you can't control your teammate. So you want to have as many cards as possible to stop yourself from losing the game. I definitely want the Fire Spirits. Normally I take Ice Spirit if I was with a teammate, but not knowing if my teammate's gonna recognize what I'm doing, I want to make sure I can defend everything by myself. And then based on what's on the board right now, I'm thinking we need some DPS, so I'm gonna take the Musketeer. There's a lot of splash troops in this challenge, and recognizing that, I felt like it was safer to take the Musketeer because there's less DPS in my opinion. Hopefully we get a really good card here. Oh, we got Night Witch, ladies and gentlemen. You guys saw that too, right? Please don't freeze the battlefield. Okay, play Night Witch in the back. No, what are you doing? Oh lord. This is gonna be brutal. What are you doing? Okay. So we're on our own for this one. The Night Witch will clean up that, I guess. We're gonna go ahead and play Cannon to pull everything together. Basically, this is what I'm talking about. You have to carry your opponents more often than not, and you're going to have to do it in a way that's relatively embarrassing. That should finish that off without too much trouble here. We're definitely going to arrows this so I don't lose, and then I missed the Dark Goblin, but it's okay. The Princess will clutch up, and I think that Ice Wizard is going to get killed too. So overall, not the worst starting hand. My opponent's at 4 Elixir, so I'm a little bit ahead of him. Recognizing that there's a battle ram there. What are you doing? Okay, so he wants me to push. I guess that's what we're doing. He seems to want to be a little offensive. Let's see if we can get a good freeze. Freeze? Freeze. Freeze. Okay, there you go. That was good. I'm going to go ahead and play Princess to clean up those minions. It's not going to get anywhere really, but the Princess will clean up that Inferno Tower. So that push wasn't actually all that terrible. I believe we actually came out ahead of that, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to go ahead and play a Musketeer on the left side, because I feel like that's where the action is going to be headed at some point in this map. Once again, the 5-tile placement, just so it's that maximum range, snipes out everything, and I believe it should kill that whole interaction. Yep, cool. So, that's the highest tombstone I've ever seen in my life. I'm going to play Giant Skeleton in the back, as it's like a pseudo tank killer and a pseudo push, so I can support if I need to. I'm going to go ahead and get a nice clean arrows here. Kind of hit up some of those troops. I'm going to play Night Witch. Start building up the bats. I think that's important. The Princess should help clean up the skeletons, and that was a really good poison. Unfortunately, for him, though, the bats are going to start stacking up, and that's 4 bats against a Lava Hound. Not going to work out too well for him. That clone spell did absolutely nothing. Just got melted by the Princess, and I'm actually feeling pretty good about this game right now. I'm going to play a Skeleton Girl on the right side, just because they're going to have to defend a lot on the left, and hopefully we can see something through here. That's a good freeze. I'm going to go ahead and support it with the arrows, just because that's the play. And I think we might actually get the win here, guys. I think this might happen. I think we're going to get it. But that's what I was talking about earlier. You just really want to make sure that you understand what your opponent's trying to do, and you want to complement it. Always focus on defense first, and then offense later. You don't want to get caught off guard by some stupid potential plays your opponent makes, and then you went too hard on offense and get screwed because of it. I'm going to play Skeleton Barrel up high, just because I feel like that's the move. He's going to freeze everything. I'm going to play Cannon, just like build up defenses, just like wall up at this point. There's no reason to do anything less. And that's the game, guys. I don't know what else to say. It's going to be a really short video to see you guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and join the Mike G crew. You know, you just got to go in the G crew. It just has to happen. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I already said that, but it's okay, because you guys love me. Wait, I forgot. We have to open this chest. Okay, well, this is a mess. Interesting. So, we're going to collect this 20,000 gold, and then open this chest for you guys. Let's see what we get here. 3,000 gold. I'll take it. 2 Knight. Sure. More gold. I like gold. Gold's pretty cool. I would prefer to Hunter, but, you know, gold's fine. And yeah, nothing too eventful in that chest, but hey, I'm not going to complain with free gold from Supercell. Thanks, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Join the G Crew, subscribe to the channel, and as always, see you next time, guys.